Hey guys, it's me. I'm doing a little bit of a celebration for uploading to YouTube for almost a decade. Today, I'd like to show off some of my older kits that, the reviews on them are kind of old, so I want to do a quick showcase of all of them. So, without further ado, on to the first kit, or kits, actually. So this is one of the old Brickmania Jeeps. This came out in 2015, and I got it a year later. This is actually my first ever kit from Brickmania. I remember I had only just gotten into World War II like a few months beforehand. I've been ordering from Brickmania since 2015, and honestly, it was a dream to actually get a kit from them. It's nothing impressive nowadays, but back then, I was so hyped for it. But then again, I was a middle schooler who just moved into a new state, so anything new would have impressed me. And I also remember the order that I got that in cost my dad $200. It seems like some things never change with Brickmania. Jesus. Next in line is this M2A4 Stewart. Brickmania recently made a remake of the kit, and while that remake certainly looks nice, I personally would rather just build another one of these. It still holds up pretty well as a kit. I kept caving in the top as when I was younger because I didn't understand that, you're supposed to leave these models alone. These are intended as, display models, but, I used to play more of these rather than posing them like I do now. And I broke the antenna. Great. While building this model, this was actually the first time I had to deal with flex tubing. That was quite confusing. Although I do have I have conflicted feelings about using flex tubing in Brickmania kits. It makes for cool looking barrels, but when you're trying to gather pieces for these models, I did not buy this off of Bricklink. I actually bought the kit, or to be more specific, my dad did. But yeah, when trying to get pieces for kits, flex tubing is often one of the most expensive parts of it, and it looks cool, but also it's kind of a pain. Anyways, on to the next mock. I meant to say kit. It is technically a mock, but it isn't mine. This was designed by Daniel Siskind. I still feel bad for calling him Daniel Skitsind in one of my videos. I don't like getting people's names wrong. My name isn't particularly hard to pronounce, so I try to get everybody else's right. Oh yeah, there is actually a spare tire on the bottom here. And this kit is actually near identical to the one that would be released in 2019. This is the original Opel Blitz. It came out in 2017. I got it, I think, either the same year or a year afterwards. It's one of my favorite kits. I really do think that it's held up super well over the years. And you can still put it right next to a modern Brickmania kit, and it would still look awesome. Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah. Right around the time that I got this was also around the time that I got Rats and Foxes. I don't know. I'm not planning on showing off the models that I built from the books because, I still think that my reviews on those held up decently well over the years, so I don't really want to re-review those. Anyways, on to the massive amount of guns that I have, at least compared to this. Alright, here are the rest of the kits that I have to show you today. Now for the elephant in the room. This guy. This I actually received for winning a mock contest on Twitter back in 2018. Brickmania sent me this as the prize. No, the previous prize was a bunch of Brick Arms weapons, so I'll admit now, since it's a lot less embarrassing, that I was kind of hoping to get those instead. But you know what? I got an event exclusive, and I actually still have the packaging for them. So I don't want to take them out of the little. I actually don't know what this is. I don't really hang around malls that often. He's a mall cop, I know that much. Sorry. Next we have this Hauser. I don't know specifically which of the Jeeps is my first or second kit, but I do know for a fact this is my third. And it's missing the neck bracket on the back, because, I don't really get very many of them, so I have to scavenge them. I don't really take apart my Brickmania kits like I do my regular Lego ones. Except for the STKFC 250. It fell off a shelf and I just destroyed it. I'm so sorry, guys. Or was it the 251? I think I did a review on it a few years ago and I don't have it anymore because it's been destroyed. I feel pretty bad about that. I remember this actually came with a 101st Airborne Trooper. And I got it in order with a Brickmania medic figure. And I remember my dad was a combat medic in Desert Storm. So he was pretty stoked to see that I got a medic figure. I remember when I got this too, because I had it shipped to my dad's workplace. And he brought it to me when he took us out to Red Robin. I don't know why I remember that specifically, but I was pretty happy about it. Alright, so a little bit of a story about this LEFH. If any of you wanted to get this back when it initially released and there was one on the site and then all of a sudden there wasn't, that might have been me. As far as I am aware, I am actually the last person to ever buy this kit from Brickmania. They never restocked it after I bought it. They never released it in any vault releases. And as far as I am aware, they did not have them in any of their store locations. So it is kind of cool knowing that, at the very least, I'm the last one who ever got it from their online store. And I probably ticked off a few people who wanted to get it. It came with a Brick Arm shell and a Brickmania German. And last but not least, I'm not going to bother cutting to it. This is the Flak 30. Actually, this is not least. I haven't shown off the 2 AT guns in the back. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit scatterbrained. Just like in the old days, I'm running off of limited sleep. I had to work on a college project way longer than I thought, and I stayed up to pretty early in the morning. Anyways, I remember when this came out that they still had Luftwaffe ground crew. Bluesy was kind enough to sell me one of them a few years after I got this. Thank you, Bluesy. I think that's how you pronounce your name. And I think it was on the video with me showing off this model that somebody commented. They were saying, hey, you could be out clubbing and spending time with girls, but instead you're at home playing with Lego. And, like, first off, my dude, I was in middle school. Who goes clubbing in middle school? I don't know, maybe Europeans do. Can any Europeans in the comments correct me on that if I'm wrong? In the meantime, I'm going to show off these other two kits. And also, I'm in middle school. I appreciate your confidence, my dude, but I am not going to be pulling any girls in middle school. Not that I really want to be honest. And I went to his channel, and pretty much all of his videos were him showing off emergency lights in his garage. Now, for those of you who don't know, in America, impersonating an emergency vehicle is pretty illegal in most of the country. As a matter of fact, I believe in Arizona it is actually a felony. And I get curious. I go to his videos. They all have absolutely terrible dislike ratios. One of them had literally 0-100. Had a 0-100 like ratio. And people were scolding him for having a dirty garage. I don't know what kind of low point you gotta be to where you break stuff on camera. Give me a second. But anyway, I don't know what low point you gotta be at in order to get scolded by the internet for having a dirty room. But I just found that so funny, and I keep dropping it. This is what happens when you don't get enough sleep, guys. Take notes. Alright, I think it's a good idea for me to stop handling this. But yeah, I just found that entire situation to be kind of funny. It's literally the only time I've ever gotten a comment like that. And from that kind of person. Kind of surprising, honestly. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this little tour. I'm going to do another video. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm recording this right next to my closet. I just shut the door. I'm going to be doing one more video showing off the minifigures and some of the stuff I used to have in the background of my videos. I used to have, for those of you who joined the channel recently, have a wall of sponsor cards although they're not really sponsorship cards. They're just cards I got from Bricklink orders, Brickmania orders, and whatnot. I like asking people for their cards. It makes for a pretty cool background. Perhaps it'll return someday. Anyways, it's been 10 minutes. Jesus, I've been going on for a long. Yeah. I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna stop recording and then I'm gonna take a nap. I don't have school for the next few days. See you guys then. Goodbye.